Boom, boom, boom. And we are back at home. Little wet on this Saturday evening, but the Loons get a point. So it's a good start. Unfortunately, the Loons didn't start so hot, so I'll get right into the match breakdown. It was a wet Saturday night with rain just pouring down, so the conditions weren't great. It was going to be a sloppy game. Wasn't going to be a beautiful passing style by any team. It was gonna be messy, gritty. But we started awful. We let Dax McCarthy find a pass to I believe he was the one who passed it to Hene Mukhtar, who was pretty good tonight for Nashville. But it definitely popped up with chances. But I'd say the second half we controlled a lot of the game. I'd say. Especially after the rain delay or the thunder delay. But anyway, Dax McCarthy finds Henry Mukhtar for down the left-hand side, and he just puts it into the danger area where Sapong pops up with a pretty easy finish for Nashville. And unfortunately, Nashville goes out to a 1-0 lead. And definitely not the start we wanted, like I said, because straight after that, the whole rest of the game, Nashville basically, until our goal, basically took all the time in the world, like a team should, wasting time. They were satisfied with that goal. Yeah, they pushed forward at times when required, but and they definitely popped up with several opportunities in the first half. For example, they hit the post. Don't quite remember who shot it, but there was a sequence of play after a corner where they'd hit the post. That was quite nerve-wracking. But we hit the post several times too later on in the game. Dabasi from the left back in the first half hits a nice low shot right before halftime, and it just hits right off the post and nowhere near the danger zone, just right out to the side of the pitch. There was a couple chances in the box. I then believe one specifically where Ray gets the ball down and he should just touch it down and rip a shot. But after he touches it down, he does what he likes to do, take a couple dribbles and gets dispossessed, which I love how Ray can beat 1, 2, 3, 4 guys even, but there's certain times where I wish he'd just take the easy shot, which he could score, not just dribble and find the extreme goal, the masterclass goal. That's what seems to be looking for in some cases when he could just put a nice shot in. But like I said, started out slow, and then we had a few chances. Like I said, Dabasi from left back, the missed chance from Ray, and I think the best chance of the half fell to Franco Francopane, who skied a chance inside the 15-yard box. Just got to put that one on target somehow. Got to get over it. But yeah, rough first half, and then we came out for about 10-15 minutes before in the second half, and there was a substitution as Franco picked up a hamstring injury that took a double sub with Coleman coming out as well, and Dabasi moving to center back, DJ Taylor being subbed in, and Bungalow Hwangawe getting subbed on. And let me tell you, he is the absolute spark the Loons have been looking for in in the game against Philly, came on for a short cameo and just looked lively, fast. Something we hadn't seen in a while from a Minnesota United attacker. Looked like he could beat a man one-on-one. He looks like a great addition to the squad. And with Franco potentially being out for the game against the Red Bulls, I think he slots in really nicely there. And I hope if Franco isn't playing that he gets his opportunity. Bangule Longway, that is. So I hope he gets his opportunity if Franco can't play. But he is absolutely taking the Minnesota fans by storm. Is just a great addition, and we didn't know what we were getting with him. We didn't know how much he'd play, but I really think he's going to be a key addition to the team. Not only what we've seen in these first two games, but how he plays, the spark he brings when he gets subbed on. I really hope he gets a chance to start some of these games. If there's injuries that come up like the Franco one. So I hope he takes his chance and he just takes it and runs with it, because he's been absolutely outstanding so far. All righty. Because once he came on, I mean, that first 10-15 minutes after halftime, when there was a rain delay, it sparked something in those first 10-15 minutes. And during that rain delay, Heath was probably getting on him and saying, not him, but as a whole, as a team, that they can attack these guys. And they did end up, it was a scrappy goal with a long shot from, I can't quite remember who, but I believe it might have been DJ Taylor, maybe O'Neal Fisher. Anyway, it was a long shot outside the box, and it was redirected off Hassani Johnson's torso, waist, hip area, redeflected, and it looked like it was going in the bottom right corner, and it hits the post and out into the goalie. But Hassani can't speak. Hassani's redirected shot, he pounces on the deflection off the post, and it's just a scrappy, beats the goalkeeper to the redirect off the post, and he just not tap in, but he slides it on in, and Hassani picks up his first goal of the season. Not the average banger that we're used to from Hassani, but a scrappy goal that the Loons needed nonetheless. And really what kind of sparked the rest of the second half. We had been attacking, and once we picked up that goal, I thought we had really tried to push for that second goal, and we were putting a lot more dangerous balls in. We were creating a lot more dangerous attacking motions, as well as the passing was better. We were pushing and pressing better. After we lose the ball, we get the ball back quite quickly. And Nashville really didn't have too many opportunities in the second half compared to the first half, where I thought they absolutely dominated the amount of chances and the quality of chances. So with all the weather and everything at play, I really think it was a good point. I mean, at this time last year, or not last year, because we wouldn't have started the season, but 2 games into last year, we had 0 points, which was not a great start, and we bounced back and make the playoffs. But if you start last year with 0 points after 4 games, and 2 games in, you already got 2, it's already a better start than last year. We'll say that. Not a great start, because yeah, you want to win games. You want to be towards the top, and getting a cushion early is definitely helpful. But it wasn't a bad draw by any means. Nashville is a good team. They were really good in the East, and I expect them to be a really hard team to beat in the West. And it just makes this division that much more competitive and challenging to make the playoffs, as I believe Charlotte's a little bit weaker of the team, and being that the West gets Nashville, Charlotte goes to the East, of course. That's just the way it is. But Overall, a great game, and I'll get into the player ratings. So my man of the match, I'm gonna say it right now. Even though Hassani Dotson scored the goal, I'm gonna give the substitution Bangulong Halongaway my man of the match. He was the spark we've needed these last 2 games, and I hope he keeps taking his opportunities like he has been because he's looked great. So that I'm gonna get that was boom, man of the match, done. All right, Tyler Miller, I'm gonna give 7 out of 10. Played well. The goal definitely wasn't his fault, but I don't think he had too much to do for certain aspects. But he played at 7.5. I thought he played good in the conditions too. Was lucky for a Henry Mukhtar shot not to go in off the post. So O'Neal Fisher, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. I thought O'Neal Fisher played really well tonight. Michael Boxall, I'm going to give a 6.5 out of 10. Brett Coleman, a 5 out of 10. It was very poor in the first half. Dabasi, I'm going to give a 6 out of 10. It was better at center back than he was at left back. Actually, I'll give him a 6.5 for hitting the post as well. So, Hassani Dotson, I'll give an 8.5. Goal, picked up the goal. Did decent in the midfield. I'd say he needs to. In the first half, he wasn't as good as in the second half. He needs to worry about not giving away possession as much. Oh, excuse me. Will Trapp, I'm gonna give a 7.5 out of 10. I thought he played all right. Played good. Robin Lod, I am going to give a 7. Emmanuel Reynoso, a 7. Franco Francopane, a 6. And Amarilla, a 6.5. David Taylor, DJ Taylor, I am going to give a 7.5 out of 10. I thought DJ played really good. Yeah. And that is my match review for the 1-1 draw with Nashville FC or SC, sorry, Soccer Club. So, yeah, that's all I got. So, as always, come on, you loons, and we go again against the Red Bull, I believe, next. So, thanks for tuning in, guys, and have a good night.